Good afternoon, everyone. We're honored to welcome Dr. Sharayu Sawant, co-founder and managing director of Shruti Flexipack Pvt Limited, to today's MSME Masterclass. Dr. Sawant's remarkable journey from the field of medicine to the realm of industrial manufacturing exemplifies innovation and resilience. Under her visionary leadership, Shruti Flexipack has evolved into a leading manufacturer of packaging machinery in India, delivering tailored solutions across diverse industries. Established in 2009 and based in Navi Mumbai, Shruti Flexipack offers a comprehensive range of automatic and semi-automatic packaging machines, including form fill seal systems, flow wrap machines, and specialized equipment for various applications. The company's commitment to quality and innovation has earned it prestigious accolades such as the National Excellence Award from the Indian Institute of Packaging. Dr. Sawant's ability to navigate the challenges of the manufacturing sector, particularly as a woman in a traditionally male-dominated field, offers invaluable insights for MSMEs aiming to scale and innovate. Her dedication to excellence and customer-centric approach has positioned Shruti Flexipack as a trusted partner for businesses seeking efficient and reliable packaging solutions. Today, Dr. Sawant will share her expertise on leveraging smart packaging machinery to drive scalable growth for micro and small enterprises, of course, including medium enterprises. Her insights promise to be both practical and inspiring, offering valuable guidance for businesses at various stages of the growth journey. Please join me in welcoming a warm welcome to Dr. Sharayu Sawant. Good afternoon, ma'am. We're pleased to have you today with us.
Yes, Amruta, thank you.
Ma'am, my first question to you is, what qualifies as smart packaging machinery in the context of MSMEs?
Yes. So, as Amruta said, my travel started from a medical fraternity, from a medical journey, being a medical practitioner, to becoming a engineering woman entrepreneurship journey of almost 25 to 30 years. So initially, as she said, I am a medical graduate and I started this engineering company in 1999. And in 2009, we converted from a proprietary company to private limited. And currently we are operating from Navi Mumbai, TTC industrial area. There we have a complete engineering setup. So when we say engineering setup, that means we get a full length raw material of stainless steel, mild steel or aluminium, and then we cut to size, we do all the operations and prepare spare parts and then assemble. The machine is made and the wiring is done, testing is done, and after trial, machine is dispatched. That's what I do. So we also come under MSME category. MSME is basically micro, small and medium entrepreneurship. That there is a definition by government. And as told to me or as explained to me, this series is for Indian MSMEs. So what I will prefer, because I know I belong to MSME category and I am working for MSME categories and various industrial associations for this almost 20 years. So I knew this MSME category of India because I have traveled becoming a president of IPMMI, that is the Institute for Packaging Machinery Manufacturers of India. This institute represents all the packaging machine manufacturers in India. So from the nooks and corners, from small scale to large scale, who are into packaging machinery manufacturing, this institute represents them at a national level. So I became the president of this association, the first woman president. And because of that, I traveled to many industrial associations and many cities of India to connect with the other machine manufacturers and as well as the users. Because for machine manufacturers, user is important. And with all this experience, I will try to explain all your questions in Hindi because Hindi will be the common language, will all MSMEs will easily understand. I agree that many words will be in English. I cannot translate all these words, but I will try to answer the questions which will be easily understandable by the MSMEs because we are doing this program for MSMEs. That's what I will try. So your question was how these MSMEs will be benefited or what they understood from smart packaging machines. दैट इज द क्वेश्चन, एम आई राइट? राइट अमृता? ओके, तो पैकेजिंग मशीन का मतलब क्या है वो हम वहां से शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले पैकेजिंग मतलब आपका प्रोडक्ट रेडी हो गया। अभी पैकेजिंग ये अनअवॉइडेबल एक्शन है फॉर ऑल इंडस्ट्रीज। आप बल्क इंडस्ट्रीज ले लीजिए, रॉ मटेरियल ले लीजिए या फिनिश प्रोडक्ट लीजिए, आप फूड इंडस्ट्रीज लीजिए, आप एग्रीकल्चर, फार्मास्यूटिकल, कॉस्मेटिक्स, मैन्युअल्स, केमिकल, स्पेयर पार्ट्स, हार्डवेयर और ऑटोमोबाइल, यू टेक एनी इंडस्ट्री। लास्ट का जो एक्शन है, आपका क्रॉप तैयार हो गया, उसके बाद आप क्या करोगे? 25 किलो 50 किलो के गोनी में पैक करके आपका क्रीम तैयार हो गया, कॉस्मेटिक प्रोडक्ट तैयार हो गया, आपका टैबलेट तैयार हो गया, मेडिसिन तैयार हो गया, तो लास्ट का एक्शन क्या है? उसको पैकिंग करना है। तो पैकेजिंग इज अनअवॉइडेबल पार्ट। जो भी अभी डेफिनेशन के हिसाब से 100 करोड़ या 500 करोड़ तक भी हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि दीज पीपल आर कम्स अंडर एमएसएमईज कैटेगरीज। तो जो भी कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री है, जो घर से काम करते हैं, वो स्टार्टअप्स है या एफपीओज है या जो प्रोप्राइटरी कंपनीज है या प्राइवेट लिमिटेड है या पार्टनरशिप है, जिनके टर्नओवर इसमें बैठते हैं, वो सारे एमएसएमई कैटेगरी में आते हैं। और हम लोग देखते हैं कि बड़े कॉरपोरेट इंडस्ट्री को छोड़ के या ये कॉरपोरेट को केटर करने वाली जो इंडस्ट्रीज है या मल्टीपल इंडस्ट्रीज है, वो सारी एमएसएमई कैटेगरी में आते हैं। एग्जाम्पल, अगर हमने बजाज ऑटो लिया तो बजाज ऑटो को जो सारे लोग स्पेयर सप्लाई करते हैं या हार्डवेयर सप्लाई करते हैं, वो सारे एमएसएमई कैटेगरी में आते हैं। तो पैकेजिंग का मतलब क्या है कि आपने एक प्रोडक्ट बनाया, वो प्रोडक्ट आपके फैक्ट्री से आइदर एंड यूजर तक और असेंबली यूजर तक जाने के लिए बीच में जो एक्शन आप करते हो वो पैकेजिंग है। ओके, तो पैकेजिंग में बल्क पैकिंग आएगा, यूनिटाइज पैकिंग आएगा। यूनिटाइज पैकिंग मतलब जो एंड यूजर के पास चला जाएगा, और बल्क मतलब जो फिर दूसरे मैन्युफैक्चरर के पास चला जाएगा, वो वहां पर कोई एक एडेड एक्शन करेगा या तो उसको उसके ब्रांड के लिए यूनिट पैक में पैक करेगा। अब तक हमें क्या लगता था कि भाई हम जो रेगुलर बनिए के पास जो थैली देखते हैं या मिठाई वाले के पास जो पाउच देखते हैं, जब हम उसके पास 100 ग्राम पाव किलो का ऑर्डर देते हैं, वो एक पैकेज में डालता है और उसको पैक करके देता है, उसको पैकिंग कहते हैं, राइट? ये सिंपल हो गया। तो उसके लिए वो पैकेजिंग मशीन यूज करता है। हमने सबने देखा है कि उसके पास एक हैंड ऑपरेटेड छोटा सीलिंग मशीन रहता है, जिसके अंदर हमने जो पार्ट मांगा, जो भी ऑर्डर दिया, वो भरता है, सील करके हमें देता है। हम लोग ये भी देखते हैं कि छोटे दुकानों में पैकिंग करके रखा हुआ रहता है, हम जैसे ही ऑर्डर देते हैं वो एक पैकेट उठा के हमें देता है। अनब्रांडेड के बारे में, ब्रांडेड के बारे में हमें पता है कि पूरा उसका प्रॉपर पैकेजिंग, उसके ऊपर आर्ट वर्क, नेम, डिजाइन, इंफॉर्मेशन सब कुछ रहता है, और वो पैकेज रहता है। हम लोग जो ऑर्डर देते हैं वो उठा के हमें मिलता है, या हम मॉल से खरीदते हैं तो वो पैकेट हमें मिलता है। तो स्मार्ट पैकेजिंग का मतलब क्या हुआ? ये जो पहले का एक्शन है, ये जो पैकेजिंग मशीन है, पैकेजिंग मतलब सीलिंग मशीन है। अच्छा, दूसरा एक हमारे मन में आएगा कि पैकेजिंग मतलब खाली पाउच को सील करना मतलब पैकेजिंग हुआ क्या? नहीं, हम लोग बॉक्स को सील करेंगे उसको भी पैकेजिंग ही कहेंगे। कार्टन को टेप लगाया, कार्टन को बैंड लगाया, कार्टन को स्ट्रेच रैप किया, या बॉटल को सील किया, बॉटल को लेबल लगाया, उसको कैप लगाया, बॉटल के ऊपर एक श्रिंक रहता है उसके ओपनर पर या उसके कैप पर, उसको भी पैकेजिंग ही कहा जाएगा। या मल्टीपल बॉटल को हम देखते हैं कि 6x6 या 12x12 बॉटल जो है उसका मैट्रिक्स को फिर प्लास्टिक लपेटा हुआ रहता है, वो भी पैकेजिंग ही है। तो स्मार्ट पैकिंग का मतलब क्या हुआ इसमें? यही सारे एक्शन जो मैंने अभी एक्सप्लेन किए कि इसके इतने सारे लोगों को पैकेजिंग ही कहेंगे, वही सारे मशीन्स, वही सारे पैकेजिंग को जब हम लोग किसी उसमें पीएलसी ऐड किया, एक सेंसर ऐड किया, उसमें काउंटर ऐड किया, ताकि हमारी जो डेटा सिस्टम है, हमारा कंप्यूटर है या हमारा ऑपरेटर है, हमारा मैनेजर है, उसको उसका इनपुट्स मिले कि कितना बंडल बना, कितना सील हुआ, सील परफेक्ट हुआ कि नहीं, वेट बराबर हुआ कि नहीं। इसी को स्मार्ट पैकिंग कहते हैं। स्मार्ट का मतलब है जो आपके पहले के पैकेजिंग मशीन थे, उस मशीन को जब हम अपग्रेड करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी से, ताकि हमारा जो काम है उसका हमें मॉनिटरिंग कर सके, हमें उसके इनपुट्स मिल सके, हमें उससे डेटा हो सके क्रिएट, उसको स्मार्ट पैकेजिंग कहते हैं.
Got it, ma'am. Perfectly understood the definition of smart packaging. Ma'am, also, how can smart packaging systems help MSMEs meet sector-specific requirements? So, for example, we can talk about construction, manufacturing, or industrial goods in this case.
Okay. In construction chemicals or construction industry, I have a experience only from paint industry and the cement industry. Cement also not from bulk cement manufacturer, which is a 25 kg bag, but we have supplied some automation to the construction chemicals which are mixed in the cement or mixed in the paint. So that is my experience working with them. We can talk easily about the compliance part of pharma or FMCG because everyone knew pharma has too much compliance. They need the machines with all documentation part, compliance of GMP or the 21 CFR or Industry 4.0, the all PLCs on automation with data integration, we connected to ERP system, that everything they require. So all of us aware of the rules and regulations about the pharma industry. But if we talk about this cement industry or the chemical industry, you are asking me what are some these industry specific applications, right? Okay. Suppose a chemical industry is making one chemical and they are filling manually. Maybe that is in paste form. Okay, they are filling in a containers. Currently, they are filling manually. And what happens? Maybe number one, the container or the pouch or the bag is not hygienic because that liquid or the powder is from outside to the container also, on the cover also, on that cap or sealer container also. That is also possible. Another thing is maybe that comes in the sealing part, so sealing is not proper. Because of manual filling, the weight may be varied. Maybe sometimes desired weight is less or maybe it is more. Another problem, they may be printing manually, they are stamping, maybe their date of packing or their costing, that stamping they are doing, there are mistakes in this thing. This can be happened. But we have supplied them some machines like after mixer, the ready paste is coming into my filling machine or in a filling machine, and if we set that this is 250 gram and there is a weigh scale also, or the weighing machine is also giving with the filling system, or there is a check weighing system. What is check weighing? We are giving that the target weight is 250 gram, and if that is less than 250 gram, the pouch or the packed package is rejected. If that is overweight, then also it's rejected. That we have given. The another thing is the filling is done by the machine only. So once you set on your HMI, on your display, that I want to fill 250 gram, then every time only 250 gram liquid or the paste or the powder will be dispensed. After that, as the dispensing is properly at the center of the container or the pouch, the sealing area is not contaminated. So the sealing will be better. Here what happened? We have decreased labors. We have decreased our labor dependency. We have reduced our mistakes. We have increased our sealing quality. We have increased our accuracy because of check weighing system or the rejection of overweight or underweight. We are avoided the mistakes of weight. That's how we can save our product also. Suppose we are filling manually and every time we are giving 10 gram or 20 gram extra, and our production is in tons, and the end of the day our loss is also more. If we are using a proper filling machine, then we are perfectly giving 250 gram or the desired weight. That's how we are saving our losses also. If we are talking about printing, suppose we are printing our batch printing manually. Maybe our operator can do mistake. Maybe the printing is not correct. Maybe it's some angular, not in given area, not at the same place where pre-printing is given. But if we are using printing system or a conveyor, the current date or date of packing will be automatically print on the finished product, and that's how it will decrease our, or it will reduce our mistakes, and it will give us a better solution, or better, you can say, our quality of printing will be better. That's how it will help our industry.
Talking about sustainability and waste management, can you tell our attendees in practical terms how does smart packaging impact material wastage and sustainability?
Here first I will like to talk about sustainable packaging. So currently sustainable packaging is a buzzing word, and everyone is talking about wastage or sustainability. So when we talk about sustainability, what is sustainable packaging? That is the first question comes in our mind. So sustainable doesn't mean that the packaging material is sustainable. So if we say, I am using this box or this bottle or this bag, and this bag is sustainable for next 50 years, that is not called sustainable packaging. Sustainable means from the raw material purchase till the end of life of that packaging material or the product, how our product or how our packaging material is doing less harm to the environment, or how it is nature friendly. So these are the words which comprise the sustainable packaging. So how can we make our packaging sustainable, and why this is important for MSMEs? We know that all over the world we want to decrease our carbon footprints, or we want to reduce environmental harm done by our industrial activities. I am not talking only about packaging. Whatever industrial activity we are doing, whether we are in mining, whether we are in steel industry, in cement industry, in paint industry, chemical, whichever industry we are, everyone is talking about how we can save harm to the nature or to the environment. So if MSMEs are supplying to the corporates, if MSMEs improve their lines or their production lines or their packaging lines, this will add their credit points to the corporates when they are supplying to the corporates. If the packaging material is reusable, that is recyclable, then that is called as sustainable packaging. If I am supplying a paint in bulk to a paint industry, or as a MSME I am making one chemical which I am supplying to one big chemical company, which they are using and they are mixing, they be making some different end product. How I am dispatching the material from my company to that company, whether I can use the same drums again, whether I can bring those drums, or whether I can bring those pallets. Now you can say this automobile industry and steel industry is moving fiercely on sustainability. In older days, they were using only wooden pallets. Now they are moving to such pallets which, suppose one company, I am in Navi Mumbai, okay, and my user, my another corporate company is in Chennai, and I am sending the material and every once in a week or twice in a week in a large container from Navi Mumbai to Chennai. And that container is obviously coming back. Every time that container is coming back and in the same twice in a week or once in a week, it's going from Navi Mumbai to Chennai. So what happened? This corporate and this MSME can't tie up. In on this case, the empty barrels of last week or the pallets of last week, the same truck will bring it back, and I will use for the next dispatch. And that's how I can reduce this wastage. Otherwise, every time when I am sending, this pallet is useless. This will create a huge waste. So they are creating such type of boxes or barrels or even the bags and the pallets which are reusable. There are containers which are refillable. So refill, reuse, recycle. So what is recycle? In case of plastic, we know that if the plastic is homogeneous and not heterogeneous, if it is broken also, we can again mold it, again melt it, we can form the polymers, we can form the granules and again mold and make the next pallet or the next version of plastic. So if we have a proper collection systems on place, we can recycle it. That's how we can reduce the wastage. And this all matters, especially if you MSMEs are supplying to the European companies or the companies who are taking care or more into sustainability. They will surely ask you to implement sustainable packaging systems in your dispatch lines or in your production lines, and that will give you credit points. So though you are not feeling that this is not my place, I don't want to think on this, but in coming years you have to. If MSMEs has to sustain and they want to remain as a supplier of the corporates, they have to implement, they have to understand what is sustainability and how they can implement those rules or those systems in their production lines.
Got it. Ma'am, moving on, what role, according to you, does IoT or sensor integration play in modern packaging lines, and is it viable for small businesses?
Yes. What is IoT or what is Industry 4.0? So we know the industrial revolution. It starts from Industry 1 and 2, 3, 4, and currently we are talking about Industry 4.0. Internet of Things or the sensor-based tracking system is the main thing of Industry 4.0. What it means? We are generating data. Data is stored in the machines, and whenever we ask, it is giving us the output. That is what it is in simple words. So in earlier days, if the machine is made and the packaging is done, every counting is done by the labor. Now there are sensors. Sensor is giving data to the master computer or even master system that is processed there, and whichever format we are asking, that what is the production per hour, what is the production per day, what was the production in the month of June, in the month of May, or we have product A, B, C, D. In the end of month, we want to understand what was the total production of the company or the plant, what was the total production of product A, B and C, that everything can be derived from the master data. How it is done? It is done by the sensor systems, and this is what we call as a smart. So these IoT dashboards mainly created which data you want. Suppose I want a data who change the temperature. There is one line where temperature is the critical parameter, and I want to know on this date, on 13th of June at 11 am, someone has changed from 130 degree to 140 degree. My system want to know who changed it. Whether Sharayu changed the parameter, whether Amruta changed the parameter, that login password or login data must be there. And that is what is registered or the data is collected, generated, saved in our system. So the real-time data like temperature, like speed, like count or any errors, mainly the errors. Suppose there is error and machine is stopped. What happens? Machine gives you the pop-up message that this is the reason why machine is stopped. What was happened earlier? Operator was going there and checking manually what is the problem. Now machine himself is telling, machine display HMI is telling you what is the problem, why machine is stopped. And that's what the basic use which MSMEs has to acquire, they have to implement, and that will help them. So weight checkers, film breakers or packing counters, temperature sensors or this type of all the sensors or speeds, where no pouch stop the machine, no less weight stop the machine, overweight, why there is continuous overweight, or after how many mistakes the machine should stop and give you the pop-up. Now check, this is the continuous error machine is giving. Why the repeated error is there? That everything is comes under modern packaging lines, and MSME needs to understand this and they has to apply this.
Ma'am, now talking about training, which is imperative for operators who are functioning as MSMEs, laborers. According to you, how should MSMEs approach training of these operators for advanced packaging equipments?
Yeah. These advanced, as we what we are talking about smart thing. The first thing, smart thing, what is there? That is sensors and displays, PLCs. Right. So when you are using such systems, we cannot depend on our untrained or very less educated operators. So we need at least some education level for operating this machine, because at least they should understand if there is an error, there is a pop-up, they should understand what the error is saying. If the error is saying that counter 1 is not correct, or error is saying sensor 1 is breaking, so they should understand what is the meaning of that. So proper training for the machine operator is mandatory. And how can we do that? Number one, from the vendor you are supplying the machines or from whom you are taking the automation. First thing, you have to ask them that you have to train our 2 operators or 3 operators. Give them proper contract for AMC, or give them a proper tie-up or agreement with them that their person will come at site and your 3 or 4 operators will be properly trained. There should be documents. There must be some SOPs, and you can print those SOPs and stick at the beside the machine. If this is the pop-up, this is the meaning of this pop-up. If this error is coming, this is what it says. Your system should be protected with username and password. So no one just on the shop floor can change the parameter. You must take such systems, and this username and the password should be given to the above the supervisor level. Those only can change the parameters, the basic parameters of the machine, and the training must be given. If you are not giving proper training, and if you are implementing the machine, and if you are relying on the same manpower, the machine will not be useful, because every time the machine will stop and you are going to blame to the manufacturer who has designed that automation system. But he has designed according to what you have said, what owner has said, because what owner has seen, or maybe what your buyer, your corporate company has told you that this is what you want, and owner has explained to the automation provider, but the same knowledge or same training is not given to the actual shop floor user, then it will not give you the result. So the proper training is important. Proper, at least some education qualification. I can say above ITI or the diploma level is important for operating these type of automatic machines or this type of smart machines, because the sensors are costly. PLCs and HMIs are costly. This is not cheap things. Okay, so you cannot just use and throw it. So changing, and the another thing, once you implement the system, if you cannot suddenly stop implementing it, or if the line is stopped, your whole production will be stopped. So that is importance of training.
Ma'am, according to you, what are the servicing, maintenance, and support expectations MSMEs should have before investing in high-tech machines?
Yeah, we should avoid machines which you cannot understand. That is the first thing you must understand. Don't choose the machine supplier which is just nearby to you or in your same territory. And this is very common, that don't you purchase a machine which is only cheap or the low cost machine. Maybe the low cost machine supplier cannot give you immediate and prompt service. Even if you do AMC, there are clauses, but if your person do not have that strength, then there is no use. So before buying the machine, visit to his factory or ask him whether he has supplied those type of systems. If possible, and if you got the permission, go there and see how they are using, which type of manpower they are using on these smart machines. First understand that, or ask to the machine user or the automation provider what type of minimum education qualification or what type of training operator is required, or operator has to take this training. Operator must be used to the same technical words. So these type of investments, I am not saying these are expenses. This is the investment MSME is doing on their manpower, on their employees before buying the automatic machine or the smart machine or any automated system. So according to me, for servicing, maintenance and support, before buying the machine, you or your manager, your senior people must visit the automation provider. They must understand what they are giving, what type of technicians they require, what is the minimum education qualification they are looking for to operate this system, and what type of training requires. Even though I am saying in every 3 months or 6 months, preventive maintenance must be done. You can ask for the manufacturer to send their person to set the machine at factory level, change the consumables, whichever is suggested by the manufacturer of the system, change the consumables as per given instructions. That will increase the safety, that will give you the better output, and that will save your downtime.
Correct. Right. Ma'am, moving on, this question is around smart packaging systems and how do they adapt easily to the product size and design changes in a dynamic manufacturing setup. Can that happen?
Yes. All the machines, why we are going for smart machine? Same thing, no? Why we are shifting there? Because we want to easily change from product sizes. We want to go from one product to another product, or one product size to another product size. This is what we are expecting. Or we want to decrease or reduce our dependability on the workers. We want to increase the output, but at the same time, we want to reduce the mistakes. That's the reason we are doing this. So smart packaging machines or any automation product is in dynamic nature, and according to our applications, first thing is we have to give all these inputs to the designer, to the vendor from whom we are buying the system. It's our responsibility. What are our products? What are we looking for? What are our product sizes? What are our field weights? What are our output? What is our change of product every time? Every 4 hours our product is changing. Every shift our product is changing. Suppose there is a steel. For example, we are talking about steel and the rod size is 10 mm. So every 2 days or every shift we are changing from 10 mm diameter to 20 by 20 mm square, or from 20 mm diameter the next is flat of 10 by 50. So if there is a wrapping machine, how frequently we are changing? So this is what we can say as a dynamic manufacturing. This is what we are changing. This is what my production line wants. Okay, so how can I shift from this setting to this setting? This input, if we have given to the designer, to the automation provider, then easily we can shift from one setting to another setting, and we can use these machines for our production changes.
See it in our chat box from one of our attendees, and he's asking how should MSMEs evaluate vendor reliability and machine life cycle when purchasing packaging equipments?
First thing, if the automation designer or the machine designer is reliable and experienced, he will give you the complete technical documentation of the production line or the product which he has designed. We knew these words, that is IQ, PQ, DQ, OK. So IQ is your installation manual. So how the system should be installed. So if I want to say from opening of the box or your machine box, how to place it, whether the machine requires a proper fixing or bolting in the ground, or if you need compressed air, if you need oil, if you need single phase supply or 3-phase supply, everything is given in the document. What is preventive maintenance? What type of thing? Preventive means after given interval, which bolts or which systems or which oil, which consumables need to change or need to replace, that is given in document. So these are all documentation will be provided by the manufacturer or the system designer. He will also give you all the product list or the brand of the electronic items which are bought out items. He will also give you all the warranty cards and technical data sheets of the bought out items. So if you have all the documents in place, you should not worry about the automation line downtime because you have everything in hand. At the same time, if vendor is experienced and you can take reviews from his customers about his after sales service, then you can rely on him. You can also check the life cycle of the systems which he have provided. From that also you can understand the reliability of vendor. So before implementing such systems or before buying, before ordering, these are the few things you must understand or you must take into account before giving purchase order or before implementing those systems in your line.
I'm talking about financing or leasing options. Can you help our attendees understand what are these options? What are some of these options that are available for MSMEs seeking to acquire advanced packaging machines?
Yeah, there are many government schemes. You can say CGT MSC, you can say Mudra loans, you can say some options from CDB. So they are providing these type of funding options or financial options to buy for machines. Even government is supporting you if you are advancing, if your technology is you are advancing from your current system to upgrading your system. Government is giving you that support. Government is financing you, and even some banks are also financing. Some machine manufacturers have tie-up with NBFCs. So NBFC will give the loan and they will give the EMI, and that is also possible. So for buying automation machines, finally I can say Mudra loans, CGTMSE, CDB policy. There are some policies from MSMEs and Director of Industries also for technology upgradation and for certification. So these are some things you can implement, and you can take financial supports and you can implement such automation lines.
Ma'am, there's another question that has just come in. It says, how does packaging efficiency affect the overall supply chain and dispatch timelines?
First thing is efficient packaging machine speeds up your order fulfillment. That's what is the first thing I can say. So if machine pack fast as well as consistently, your dispatches will be on timely. It will avoid your last minute rushes. It will avoid your overtime and your mental tensions also. With better packaging and fewer complaints like proper labeling, proper printing, proper warehouse managing, proper batch tracking, it will increase your efficiency in transport and dispatches. So all total, if support is from better stock visibility, from order planning to dispatches, so for MSMEs to getting repeat orders and to improve their cash flow, in this packaging efficiency will be all totally beneficial for them.
Right. Ma'am, can you also help us understand if there are any real world benchmarks that our MSMEs can, learn from, or KPIs that MSMEs can use to measure the impact of smart packaging solutions?
Okay. On an average, after installation of a automation line, from labor work to automation, we can expect 10 to 30% rise in production, or we can expect that 20% drop in expenses incurred earlier. So MSME can easily expect 20% reduction of the labor or the space and the wastage. At the same time, he can expect minimum 10 to 30% increase in output, increase in quality, and increase in efficiency. So we can talk about, if we can think about unit per hour, or we can talk about the kgs per hour. If we calculate or talk about this, the overtime or the labor quantity, labor hours will be decreased, and even simple things you can, as I totally cumulatively, if I want to say, increase your output, increase your quality, reduce your labor, and reduce the mistakes. That are the 4 KPIs you can look.
Got it. Now, ma'am, for export-oriented MSMEs, how does packaging automation help meet globally set standards or global packaging standards?
Globally, their demands are different. So before exporting anything from your country to another country, first you need to understand what are the rules in their countries. For example, in European countries, they are more careful about the wastage, or you cannot pack anything in thermocol and export to Europe countries. So you have to understand what are the import compliances, what are the rules in those countries. In case of food, pharma and personal care exports, the rules are different. Even their box sizes or the box, if they want tuck-in or gluing, these type of regulations are also there. Some countries only want recyclable plastic. So suppose you are exporting aluminum bars, or extruded aluminium, and you are using a polyester polylaminate, some countries it is not allowed. They want only PP, they want only LD, which is complete 100% recyclable, or that is a monolayer plastic. So such type of export materials and export rules you need to understand before exporting the material. So global packaging standards are given on their websites, or when you are exporting to which company, you have to ask them what are the guidelines they follow, which materials are not allowed, or in which type of packaging they only import or they only allow the material. And that's how MSME can avoid their losses. They can give the uniform and temper proof packaging to the export. Another thing is for export, traceability is the more important thing they are asking. So QR codes and barcodes, these are the important things for global market. They always want to understand all the information of the product, and in QR code you can give from the raw material to the end line to the export what are the things you have done. And currently smart packaging is giving you this opportunity in giving all the information in QR code.
And my last question to you for today's session is, what are the future trends that you foresee in packaging technology? Packaging technology should MSMEs start preparing for to stay competitive?
First thing, they need to understand about sustainable packaging system. So sustainable is the current world and this is the future world. Even our companies, in Indian companies also now moving for unrecyclable plastic from heterogeneous to homogeneous plastic materials for packaging their products. So earlier, if the iron bar was wrapped with the printed polyester poly, now they are not using it. They are wrapping it with LDPE, which is a monoplastic, because that is 100% recyclable. So harmful material should be avoided. Avoid material which is toxic to humans. Avoid material which is not environment friendly. Reduce the material uses. The another thing is you must have seen before Amazon packages was so big, and if the product is small, they were wrapping it with multiple times, and this much box having a small parcel. But now they are moving to a minimalistic packaging. Their packaging is substantially reduced. That is also a future. If you have seen Tata 1 milligram delivery box, you must have seen there is no plastic. They are using fillers made by paper and then it's packed. Because reduce material use, we have to reduce the raw material. That's how we are also helping our environment. So minimize your plastic, reduce the amount of packaging, reduce unnecessary packaging, reduce unnecessary secondary or tertiary packaging. That MSMEs has to learn. Then optimizing packaging size and shape. Unnecessary, don't use big box having a very small material inside. So if your bulk density, suppose we are talking about a chemical and the bulk density of that powder is 9. So 1 kg pouch is not required of 12 inches length and 8 inches width. So optimize on packaging volume. So according to your volume of the product, you have to reduce the packaging material also. That's how also you are helping the environment, because you are reducing the packaging material and you are reducing the wastage. Another thing is ensure packaging to be compact and efficient. Don't unnecessary where it is not required. Suppose I am manufacturing something and I am sending from Navi Mumbai to Navi Mumbai only, and that is delivered there within few hours, and by the end of the day that is used, then I should not use more packaging material and create more wastage. That's how I can help the environment, and eventually that is called as sustainability only. So recyclability and reusability, these are the other words. Whenever I am changing my current packaging to the upgraded packaging, I should focus on recyclability and reusability of the packaging material. Whether I can use such material which is easily recyclable or easily reusable. So if I am creating something, I am creating a new packaging machine or packaging material or a new package, I have to think on this purpose of packaging. Then clear labeling and clear information is more important. Now this new generation or new techniques, new industry, new industrial policies need clear cut information of from the raw material to the user. So in whichever way, in printed information, in barcoding or in QR coding, in your labels or in your package, you have to give all the clear information and the symbols or how to use or how to recycle that packaging material also, that you have to give on the packaging side. And the last thing I want to say, in your production and your transportation, where you are sending the material, you are sending in your city, you are exporting it, you are sending by sea, you are sending by air, how you are sending. So that's the thing you have to take care. You have to think before designing, before purchasing, or before changing your new packaging material or new package. And finally, is a circular economy. You know that whatever you are creating, that comes back. So how that can be used, how it will come back to you, how you can place the systems where the same material will again use, and how you can collect it. That thing you can think.
With that, we've come to the end of today's episode. Sharayu ma'am, thank you so much for sharing such detailed insights on such an important topic that we've been facing in our day-to-day lives as MSMEs when it comes to packaging. So it was lovely having you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
For attendees who are online, if you've missed any part of the current episode, or if you'd like to view any of our previously done episodes, please go on YouTube, type GSW1 MSME, and you will find all the episodes uploaded there. Thank you once again, ma'am. Bye-bye.